up to Gamer Legion to see what do they actually do to counter this.
Stellar breakdown once again from the Mahone zone, particularly when we're looking at that map that went down yesterday because our OG had such a great T side. Was not the same story when they came onto the CT side though, Maui.
Yeah, we've been highlighting the difficulties that OG have been having on their CT side. Even though they looked okay on Overpass, what they had against NIP was not pretty, not my cup of tea. And OG have to do better if they want to even achieve similar results to what they had in Rio. Rio, they were knocked out in the Challenger stage as well. And for an org that has such a great history, at least when it comes to Dota, they haven't really done anything when it comes to Counter-Strike. And for how long this roster has been in place, or at least how long this org has been invested, you really want to see them do a little bit better here. And if they actually just go out with a whimper here on Mirage, if they're unable to right their wrongs, build off of what they were able to do on the T side, and have even a remotely competent CT side, then OG are going to look worse for wear from what they did back at the last major.
There's no doubt that it will be a disappointment if OG is not able to beat Gamer Legion, let's be completely honest. But it's also the budget they're working with, it's the setup they're working with. We even saw when they brought in Neofrag and Fiku, right? Nexa was out saying a year ago that, yeah, we signed the players we could afford. So it's not necessarily a team that we expect to be up there in top 8 or top 10 for that matter. I don't think they have the player material for it. There's some interesting pieces, bits and pieces to the lineup. Obviously, Dexter is, at least according to my money, too good to be an OG, and he's also too good to exit the tournament at this stage already. So I would agree with you, Maui. It would be a disappointment for OG, but the way Gamer Legion is playing, the way we feel the energy in here as well, they seem like they're the ones with the pants on.
And that CT side yesterday, that was totally a disappointment, right? We're coming off the 11-4 first half. Sure, we have to give props to NIP. They were looking really solid. They came in with a really clear game plan. But do you think this smells like a 2-0 for Gamer Legion, or you got hope?
I'm afraid it could be a 2-0. I still have faith in OG being the better team on Mirage.
I'm sticking to my 2-1 prediction for OG. I think they bring it back here on Mirage.
Well, we're all OG up here on the desk, and I believe our Unicorn prediction said the same thing. So Jason and Anders, now's your time to flip-flop if you want to.
Wow, I almost got caught my pants off there. that was a scary moment, Jason.
I'm still trying to figure out what that means exactly. They're the ones with the pants on.
I don't know what it means. I can tell you what the odds mean. It means Gamer Legion are now favored. It started out the other way, but OG, I don't want to say dropping the ball, but you know, not having the map win. They're one map away from elimination at the major.
Yeah, and I think if you're OG, you kind of have to take that in stride and say that was Gamer Legion's pick. That's exactly where they wanted to take this. You know, the series doesn't begin until someone else wins your opponent's map pick, or the series doesn't really end until you take your opponent's map pick. It could just end straight away. But like, really, if you're thinking about it, like, this is exactly where we wanted to take the fight. This is where we should feel the most confident. This is our home map in this series. This is how we get the job done. This is how we tie things up and move it on to map 3. Elimination on the line. OG potential to go home against Gamer Legion here in Paris. We're going to be live into the pistol round on Mirage. Gamer Legion starting on the defensive CT side, and OG starting on offense. Flames and Dexter with a big performance on Overpass, but obviously not enough to take OG forward.
They lost this map in overtime to NIP, right? That's one of the concerns that I think the desk had initially, is that maybe OG just aren't feeling as comfortable as they should, given that this is their map pick. But we're about to find out. OG going to be starting on the T side, Gamer Legion on the CT side. And this is going to be a crunch, 3-way crunch towards the A-bomb side. Out of Palace, out of the ramp, and up through the connector. And they're not going to slow this down. They're going to keep going for it, flash their way into jungle, taking down A-core. This is a sick hit already.
Yeah, he actually pushed down ramp. If he'd been able to get that kill, that would have been the bomb. Flames finds another one underneath the smoke. And all this is rough. Flames encroaching on the position. Gatsui, oh, but he's struggling. Out of bullets, and Fiku's got another. Oh no, that's deleted so quickly. OG with the pistol round on the board.
Who needs a bomb land? Just run in and get all the kills.
Destroy everyone.
That little trick of setting up the smoke and then use that smoke as a wall to basically make a straight right coming out of connector, flashing your way in to take that fight. That was really sick, really well done. Good plan, and yeah, everyone kind of getting involved at the beginning of it. So it's a good start for OG. It's their map pick. It's kind of what you want to see. I feel like we deserve a third map here. I'd like to see Ancient as the deciding.
We got another P90. That nade's going to go a little bit too far to the left. Tickles everyone, but nothing crazy. And P90 leading the way, but it's the AK with the first kill. But he only spotted one. Now they heard another. Nico comes back, sees 2 more. They know what's happening on the map, and Dexter comes in to try and frag away, try and boost up the scoreboard, but an AK hits the deck, which means Flames has got to come back to control the situation, and he spots both players.
Yeah, it's under control. Would kind of be a little bit annoying if they could run away with an A-Cam. Doesn't feel like they're going to be able to just now. The Mac 10 here against the P90, surely, yeah. Easy pickoff.
Bang. I'm glad I got at least one kill.
And A-Core now just kind of shuffling around. Not much to really do. You know what the P90's for, Jason?
What's that?
It's for when I'm playing with Flom, and he's in America and I'm obviously in Europe, and you're playing with like almost 200 ping. That's when the P90 could do its real work. It's sick then, because from the enemy's point of view, the bullets are almost coming around the corner before you are.
Okay.
So outside of that,
no real use to it.
don't buy it.
Okay. How do you do with the P90? Are you a P90 player then? Is that your gun?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Your biggest highlights on the stream?
More bullets, just it's not about accuracy. It's just on average, you got to hit some bullets. It's fine.
That's going to be the byline of your biography. Counter-Strike story of Anders Bloom. Not about accuracy.
Definitely not about accuracy.
Third
round.
Here we go.
Thanks,
P90, I got you, dog. P90 leading the way. Guns out on the board. A-Core's got the first kill. Neofrag around the edge of the smoke. Good trade. But Kiosk, meanwhile, has found one elsewhere. Look how aggressive OG is, and it's all falling apart. They pressed the issue so quickly and got nothing for it.
Yeah, they really got blown up in the middle. I really enjoy that. Game Elite, that three-way crunch from the CT side when you just get every single fight. I mean, it looks so good.
Yeah, but if you're Gamer Legion preparing for this game, remember, it was very high octane. It was very early engagements for OG yesterday against NIP, so you're going to have to know that's coming. That's like kind of the conversation before the game. Like, guys,
Right.
they're quick on the T side. These engagements are going to come fast. There's not going to be a whole lot of patience, so always be prepared for those early fights. Fiku are going to be desperate just to get the plant, and that's a nice extra piece of bonus money for the team.
Yeah, you know what? In a 1 versus 3, getting into a bomb site and getting the bomb plant, that's a pretty good job already. You could tell he was rolling his eyes a little bit. I think that's because he wanted that AK out a second earlier. Then he maybe could have had a chance, 1 more second, and he might have been able to get that first headshot. That would have made it a competitive round if he could have had it. Either way, Gamer Legion on the board early, so 2-1, and it's not looking too bad.
No, not quite yet.
But yeah, that $800 bonus for anyone that's new to the game, hasn't been watching any Counter-Strike. I'm sure we've got many new players. We know we do in terms of the records that are being broken in terms of, players online for Counter-Strike at the moment. But yeah, you plant the bomb, even if you lose the round, you get the $800 bonus. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but during the course of a half, it could definitely make a difference.
Yeah, team play can be the difference between, a critical piece of utility that you do or don't have. OG's going to have to drop down to a pretty labored buy. They do have 4 rifles, but 2 of them without utility. Nico and Dexter missing some nades. Flames has to drop to a Tech 9 just to get the nades required for the tactic. And actually, he's going to activate himself over towards the B bomb site, trying to show B pressure. Oh, it's working. Look at the rotation. Sui and A-Core have actually shifted over entirely, which might expose. Important kill here, and Sui's got that.
Yeah, super critical, shooting him in the back as well. They, again, crunch that middle. They make it work. It's such a good maneuver right now. If Gamer Legion can make even fighting for the middle difficult for OG, it wipes out several pages of the OG strat book, because there are so many strats on this map that just revolve around being able to get the mid control, and then from there you can set up, splits towards A and B. You can go into the window like they tried this time. But once you're denied this mid control, it's a very, very different game for the T side. Good little adjustment there for Imma. Going to be taking down Dexter and leaving Flames alone.
Keep in mind throughout this half as well, OG is set up as the series began by the desk. Very, very difficult. They're having a really tough time with their CT side, so they actually need to put some rounds on the board here on the T side. And against NIP just yesterday, they went into overtime, but it was 11-4 halves in favor of the offense. So,
yeah.
If OG's not going to get that kind of production, if you have a really rough T side here against Gamer Legion, they could be in a lot of trouble switching halves, and then the pressure really, really, really starts to build. If it's not already at peak right here with elimination on the line on this map, it's going to get worse in the second half if they start slow.
Also because, like both you and the desk were talking about earlier, their CT sides are where we're kind of having some questions about OG. So if the T side also suddenly isn't working, and with their backs to the wall, about to be eliminated from the last major in Paris, that's too much. The pressure will really start to mount. But it's still a little bit early. We're not in full panic mode yet.
We don't need to ring the alarm bells just yet. Just kind of setting things up for later. So just keep your eye on the scoreboard. Keep your eye on that for this T side of OG. Pistols. And again, a very slow round out of T-spawn. Just taking a few extra seconds to talk about things before they kind of send themselves into the meat grinder. Good call from Kiaz as well, understanding the economic situation. They know it was a buy round previously. They know this has to be a save or a low economy round, so playing it passively, not getting any of those rifles in advanced positions where they can get picked off. Sui and Ima have good control and good information on middle. Acor obviously knows that nothing's at the B bomb site. You could even probably shift Isaac if you wanted to be really frisky over to the A bomb site. I'm surprised they haven't at this point, considering no one could be an underpass either. There's Kiaz, he's going to have all the information. Utility being spent, but this passive setup is not allowing the pistols to get involved whatsoever. An easy cleanup and a good setup for Gamer Legion.
They have a couple of weapons or aces up their sleeves, OG, for this particular map that should make the T side more doable. One of them is definitely Flames and his ability to play entry on the A bomb side. Because he's one of these players that will push so deep, right? He will make the push all the way to CT spawn. Sometimes you're walking out of the palace with no flashbangs, no nothing. It's just, you know, walking out to find a kill. Those kind of plays would be really nice to come up with right now to get this team energized once again. And look at this. Suhei in the middle, ready to take the battle to Nico, and he will come out on top of that one. A little bit of a labored spray from Dexter that actually could have backfired. He's very low on health, so there's the grenade to finish him off. 4 versus 3 after that.
There's a real emphasis from Gamer Legion to shut down middle, and it's working so well in the early going in these first 3 gun rounds. 2-for-1 trade off the aggression. It's only Neofrag who's going to back away into underpass, and now you can start to take control of ramp. Sui and Kios pushing up. Bomb is way back towards T-spawn, so Fiku will probably pick that up on his retreat on his path over towards the B bomb site. And all that's left is attack into Isaac, who was a great anchor on overpass for Gamer Legion.
Yeah, he was. You mentioned it a couple of times. In spite of him not being all the way at the top of the scoreboard, just when they needed him with the B bomb side and overpass,
good for a double at least.
Yeah, and that's such a difference maker. And also anchoring the B bomb side on this map could be a dreadful task in general, because you do get a bit bored back here. There's not a lot happening, and then suddenly everything is coming your way. Flames with a good opening. He's brought it back into the open 3 versus 3, and 40 seconds on the clock. They're at least going to get the bomb plant, but Suhei is coming in for the flank, slowly walking up behind them. Acorn Chaos, they're kind of readjusting in that window. They're actually not quite sure. They want to set up for the retake, but they want to try and make it a 3-prong retake. Yeah,
it's a little bit weird. I mean, Acor kind of gave up market control. They could have pushed in during that absence, and Chaos takes his position while Acor transitions over to Catwalk. So one player retaking from every position, and that's the first kill for Fiku. Neofrag waiting for his timing, waiting for Flames' contact before he swings. Not even needed, not even necessary. And it all falls onto Acor, and he's way too committed to fall back. Good tap on the first, but OG's on the board.
Good triple for Flames. If he doesn't get that first kill is the one that really matters, right? That's what gives them the bomb plant. That's what gives them the opportunity to actually do something in the round. So 3-3, and we're all tied up. Super, super important round for OG. I have no doubt about it. And the money is pretty good. 10,000 on Emma, almost 9,000 on Acor. So they got some money to work with. More scattered Danes here, both Acor and Nico, obviously. It's kind of weird to happen to Danish Counter-Strike in that sense, right? We used to have quite a few teams that we could feel like all Danish teams. Astralis didn't make it now. Obviously, Heroic are going to be a later on. I mean, then we got these Danish agents that are out there.
Yeah.
We sent them out. Little splinter cells.
Taking over the world.
Slowly.
Yeah,
one team at a time.
Only so many Danish teams you can create, really. I mean, it's impressive to have 2 teams in such a at the top of Counter-Strike. Well, 1 team at the top and 1 team battling to get there.
I was going to say, that's generous.
Yeah.
A little bit generous, Jason. Appreciate it. Looks like
At one point, you guys had like 3 knocking on the door of some of the best teams in the world.
Yeah, we were building. We flew too close to the sun, didn't we?
That was an annoying timeline.
You counting north and...
No, of course not. Deep nade, oh that's good. Chunks down Flames, a little bit of spam extra, but Neofrag with the rebuttal through the smoke. That's Kiaz to go down. This time the passive setup doesn't work.
No, not quite. Suhei in front of the smoke. Actually a sick play in terms of them not expecting it. None of the 3 players that were close to that smoke thought that he could be in front. Why did he spin bot his way through the smoke, Jason? Why is that allowed?
I don't know. If you can just make it happen, I will. Why not? Go for it. Acor is going to save this up. Ima's going to save the M4, and all that money that was built up previously is gone.
I'd actually like to see that from Flames. It looked like he just jumped through and just helicopter AK'd his way through the smoke. Like,
even
here
like
we go.
Pre-firing on the jump as well.
Yeah. Disturbing scenes. But from OG's point of view, I mean, this is what they want. You mentioned the speed earlier, and in the middle, it's been shut down, but you can kind of get a sense of how overwhelming it is for that A defense, right? Like, the fight never stops.
It's also a really good call from OG to kind of change and adjust in this fashion and hit this A bomb site, because that, I mean, if you're going to try and you can either keep banging your head against the wall where you know they're going to have that mid presence, but if you can start exploiting the extremities, then, I mean, Gamer Legion is going to be forced to respect it and forced to bring a second player over, which just by nature alleviates some of the pressure in middle. Decision time for Gamer Legion. Do they want to buy up? They can drop 2 weapons over, and indeed they will.
Yeah, that's the bank that they built. How did they build so much money in winning 3 rounds in a row? That's kind of impressive, right? Gamer Legion still able to buy. They just lost 2 in a row. And they're going to go for it again. NiKo with a good spray in the middle. Imma goes down, and they're still running. Look at this, just holding W into the A bomb site and going straight for it. And actually, the spray is good. NiKo in the middle going to find A core. There was a real moment there where it looked like they were going to lose control of the round, but with the smoke going up here, they should have a good crack at least getting the bomb plant down.
So he has to, yeah, he's forced away by the Molotov from that fight. Bomb's being planted, so him and Isaac are going to stick around for these smokes to clear. So if they can get a clean shot, a clean fight, Neofrag is going to give him one, but wins it out either way. Isaac goes down, and Sui now has got to find a way to retreat to save the weapon. You're not winning this 1v3.
Yeah, and the weapon is important. That's their tool in the next round to try and cause an upset. That's what you got to be thinking, is we can put the M4 in place, find a kill in the middle somewhere, maybe we can have a good start anyway. But OG, this is something that, I mean, when you set this pace from the beginning and it looks like you're getting shut down, it's got to be kind of scary to just continue with it and say, no, we're doing another fast round and another one and just kind of keep it going. But so far they've been proven right in their approach. Gonna be 5-3, a 2-round lead and 3 in a row here for OG on their own map pick, with Flames and Neofrag actually top fragging both at 7 kills.
This is a really important kill for NiKo as well. 1 kill in middle, and that pulls some eyes away from the A bomb site, which opens things up. NiKo even builds upon it with that kill onto the Opera, onto A core. 2-round lead, and second timeout taken from Gamer Legion in round number 9.
Yeah, they need a chance to breathe, because OG aren't giving them any of these rounds. They're just by so quick, aren't they? Could be very, very hard to play against. And it could be a weird feeling as well at the end of a half, if you suddenly look at the scoreboard and you say, wow, that's the first 15 rounds gone, and it just felt like it was light. It was like I snapped my fingers and boom, here we are.
Yeah, Flames is even picking up a MAC-10 in this round because he knows it's going to be likely low economy. The one rifle that was saved, but everyone else is going to be unarmored, so he's looking up to build some money, and all 5 players towards the B bomb site. This isn't going to be a rush, but there'll be a contact. There will be a timing, and Dexter's going to have the opening kill towards Underpass. That is the M4. And a nade to blow the gun away, but it actually blows it towards A-core. Doesn't matter. They're already into the bomb site.
He's so aggressive. No matter what he has, just keeps it going. Repeat them. Dexter obviously sees it coming. And the rifle's lost once again. The Molotov going to be... I can't believe it. He probably should have been dead right then and there. Flames. What is wrong with him? He's so hyped up. It's really great. Double for him. Nobody goes down on the OG side, and a 6-3 lead. They could buy into this next round, but so far, none of them are going to have any head armor. Yeah, not a single helmet in sight. OSHA are not happy, Jason.
Not at all.
The MAC-10 could be coming for them all.
Yeah, it could be really impactful in this round. We'll see what they do with it. Last round, obviously, the contact leading the way into the B bomb site. Flames is heading in that direction again. This time, NiKo towards middle. Being activated and supported by Dexter. Far back with the AWP. They could be setting up a split. They could be setting up NiKo to try and take attention again in middle with utility. But they're certainly looking for a timing to get Flames involved, and it's right now.
Yeah, they want to try and see if they can hit the perfect timing for it. Smoke off towards the market. It's going to be a flashbang over the wall. Flames on the entry, but he does go down. Fico gets one, but Isaac, he's pushed up into that corner. He can't really get out. 3 versus 4 now, and the bomb being planted in front. So he would love to try and stop that bomb plant, but it's risky to swing for it. He takes down Fico, and very low on health is Neofrank. This is a winnable round for Gamer Legion.
Oh, good find. Dexter had to give away the angle, comes back for it, now jumps out of the window. 2 on 2, 1 on catwalk. Dexter's out in the open. He falls for free. Lost himself in the exchange. And Nico, good kill towards catwalk. And Acor's got to try and bait him out, but there's no kit, and there's not a whole lot of time left on this bomb. And Nico's playing it so patient. Now spots one through the wall. Acor's got it, and onto the defuse, and he seems so confident. Fist bumps already. Gamer Legion gonna have a 4th, but it's close.
It's dangerously close. Oh my god. Once you hear that tick over, you know that was close to being the end. And I think Nico even saw it coming, but he couldn't actually get away, right? He couldn't shrink himself even more than he already was. Oh man. That is unbelievably close.
Yeah. That's a bummer. Nico's frustrated, and you can see just how close this is. If Nico's able to just survive, that takes 1 extra shot.
That's it. Like 100%. 6-4 the scoreline. They got away with 1 there. But obviously surviving with just 1 person alive is also a very dangerous position to be in on the CT side.
And now, importantly too, OG's established success at both bomb sites out of the gate. The only area of the map they've really had trouble taking is middle, but this round they're going to get it for free because look at how the defense has to shift. Now that they've lost A number of times, they've pushed one up in towards balcony, that's Kiaz. Acor's playing back towards Ticket. You have 3 players at the B bomb site to prevent these fast plays led by Flames towards the B site, so all of a sudden you don't have the resources to emphasize and shut down middle in the same way.
Yeah, Boost is going to be pushed back with a simple flashbang because you just can't really stay up there while you're blind. That is one hell of a grenade.
That's beefy. 3
people getting tagged down by it. That's actually really important. But there's a FAMAS in play, and that FAMAS is going to be a lot more efficient all of a sudden. Acor, good shot, tries to take one a bit early. Oh no, though, Dexter and Fico, when he just walks to the smoke, and takes down Sui as well. So forget about the FAMAS. It's already been deleted. Emma and Isaac, 2 versus 4, and with no money in the bank, they've got no choice but to save.
Fiku is really coming alive in this map with some really critical opening kills to crack open the bomb site. Double kill here in this round, double kill previously when they entered into the B bomb site as well, even though he lost. Having a good half so far, which is great for him, a bounce back from a rough overpass.
Yeah, good to see him come alive in a game as critical as this one. Again, it speaks to sort of a character of player when the pressure is really, really on, which no doubt it is at the moment. 7-4. And OG, I mean, this is already looking like a beautiful first half. They don't mind losing an AK or 2 here. They got so much money in the bank at the moment. 2 players starting at plus 10,000. So they're going to have the cash to work with. There we go. Dex just